Star Diamond. I'm Joe Fars, Director here, Investment Banking. I'm joined with Chief Technical Advisor George Reed and Ken McNeil. They're focused on the Star Orion South Diamond Project. It's a large, long life mine. They have outstanding geology, very attractive economics in a low risk jurisdiction. I don't want to steal too much of your thunder, guys, so I will turn it over to you. For everyone joining here, there is a Q&A function in the corner. Please direct your questions to that. And without further ado, guys, please take it away.
Thank you. I just want to say welcome to everybody who's taken the time out of their day to watch this update for everybody. My name is Ken McNeil. I'm the President and CEO of Star Diamond Corporation. And I'll turn it over to George so he can walk through the technical part. And should you have any questions, please feel free to, as was suggested, send them in and we'll answer them as soon as we can. George, thank you.
Good day, everybody. I'm most pleased to talk to you about Star Diamond's Orion South Diamond Project, and that we are very proud to say we're advancing the world's largest and most attractive diamond development project anywhere on the planet. We will just need to get this presentation to move forward. There we go. Safe harbor statement. We don't need to spend any time on that. We now have a joint venture where Rio Tinto holds 75% of the project. Star Diamond Corporation owns 25%. And there was a news release on December 9th, which laid out the terms of that joint venture and the funding thereof. And I would direct you to that and won't go into the details on this conversation. There was also a further news release last week, which updates you on meetings that we're having in the next couple of days with our joint venture partners, Rio Tinto. It is a large, long life mine that we have shown through a PEA. 66 million carats can be extracted over a 38-year mine life. Geology is outstanding. We have large contiguous diamond-bearing kimberlites with very attractive diamonds, NPV of 2 billion and an IRR at 19% with a base case and a 3.4-year payback. Once diamond projects get going, they can generate money very quickly. We are in a low-risk jurisdiction in Saskatchewan. We're close to existing power and transportation infrastructure. We are fully permitted in that both the federal and provincial governments have signed off on our environmental impact statement. Our single biggest partner is Newmont Corporation, investor is Newmont Corporation, which relates to a former joint venture position that they had, which was then rolled over into an equity position that they have maintained. Diamond projects rely on the tons, grade, and most importantly, the diamond price of a project. Diamond prices are unique to the kimberlite that is being mined, and Star and Orion have significant carats combined with a very, very high price. Diamond size frequency is unique to each kimberlite. And as we can see on a complicated diagram on the left, which I won't explain in detail, the kimberlite with the coarsest size frequency is Letseng, which has produced a 950 carat and a 604 carat stone in the past. We also know that the blue line is Karowe Diamond Mine in Botswana, run by Lucara. It has produced 1,756 carat and the 1,109 carat, and another stone over 1,000 carats, so very, very big stones. And lo and behold, the principal economic unit at Star, the EJF, lies with its size frequency distribution between those two mines. So we are anticipating some very large diamonds in future production. A lot of work has gone into this project in the past. There's a history laid out here, which we won't look at in great detail. We'll rather jump forward and we look at the location, which is unlike the other advanced evaluation projects and diamond mines elsewhere in Canada, which are in remote locations and generally only accessible on ice roads, apart from Renard and in Quebec, which is accessible on an all-weather road, but it's still in a very remote location. We are in the breadbasket of Saskatchewan. If we look at the next map, the red highways are paved highways that come within 20 kilometers of the project, which lies in the Fort Alacorn Forest, some 60 kilometers due east of the city of Prince Albert. There are hydroelectric power schemes on the Saskatchewan River upstream and downstream of Nipawin. The power lines from that project pass just about 20 kilometers to the southeast of the project, and certainly there will be great benefits from this proximity to the infrastructure to the project in the future. There is a vast array of kimberlites shown in red, with the 2 kimberlites that have been extensively evaluated, Star in the southeast corner and Orion South just about a kilometer away from that. The details of the layout for a PEA that was presented in 2018 is shown in this general arrangement, which gives us 2 open pit mines, Orion South going first because the overburden is a bit shallower, and Star going sequentially thereafter, and there would be no lapse in diamond production through the development of these 2 sequential pits. A large overburden pile to the west and processed kimberlite from the centralized processing plant deposited to the east. Extensive work in terms of core drilling to understand the internal structure and the size of these kimberlites, large diameter drilling for grade determination on a grid across the kimberlites, and underground bulk sampling has been done to determine the diamond price estimation on a large parcel of diamonds. This material was all collated, and you can see in these 2 diagrams, which show the position of core drilling, large diameter drilling, and the little spider webs in the middle are the underground bulk sampling. In the case of Star, which is the left-hand map at the lower part of the page, is the underground development was 3 kilometers of tunnels, 75,000 tons were taken out, producing almost 11,000 carats, with the largest stone recovered at 49.5. The project on Orion South was supposed to mirror the work on Star. However, that project was curtailed by the world financial crisis in early 2009. However, you notice that on Orion South, the 45.9 carat stone was also recovered. These were not high value stones, but the size is very significant, and that points to the very coarse size frequency distribution of the diamond populations in both of these kimberlites. High dollar per carat values, these are 2018 prices at the time of the PEA was conducted, and you can see on Star that price was more than twice the world average. Orion South slightly lower, and the weighted average between the 2 projects of 190 still double the world average. And I'm strongly convinced that these prices are now at least 20% higher. World diamond prices are doing very well at the moment. There is an undersupply of diamonds for the market that is very hungry for natural rough of a high quality in particular. If we press on, we see that the project also contains some very high value stones, which support these large stones that we've seen elsewhere in the project. The most valuable stone was an 11.96 carat stone recovered from the Star kimberlite, over $11,000 a carat. There are also some beautiful internally flawless octahedra from Star that have very high values. There is some good color, some fancy yellows, which you see the most valuable stone from Orion South at 10.3 carats, $8,000 a carat. So the project has an extremely attractive diamond population. This is also combined with the fact that it has a uniquely high percentage of type 2A diamonds. All of the largest, most valuable gems ever discovered, like the Cullinan stone, the Koh-i-Noor, are type 2A diamonds, which contain no nitrogen or boron impurities in their structure, top white or light brown, and they can also be an extremely valuable pink color. These type 2A diamonds are very rare generally in world mining projects and account for just over about 1% of world production. However, in the case of Star, we have about 25% and more of type 2As, and in Orion South, we have about 14%, which are uniquely high proportions of these extremely valuable stones. We can see that on Star, we can mine 66, or on the combined project, we can mine 66 million carats over a project life of 38 years from 470 million tons. We've talked about the NPV and the IRR. Notice that that is after tax. $1.4 billion pre-production capital cost. That number will go up because that's a 2018 number, but I think that the rising diamond prices will certainly offset that increase. The work that Rio Tinto has done recently is to drill 10 of these trench cutter holes that are 3.2 by 1.5 meter rectangular holes down to a depth of 250 meters below surface in close proximity to former large diameter drill holes that Star drilled and the underground bulk sampling on Star to confirm the grades of that work. Here we see that the underground grade for the early Jolly-Fu kimberlite came out at 17 CPHT, carats per 100 tons. For the underground, 11.6 for the large diameter drilling, and we know there was diamond breakage involved there. That was a very aggressive drilling technique. And then the trench cutter comes out at almost 16%, which again confirms the underground grade. You can see the trench cutter, we can see the on-site bulk sampling plant, which mirrors the process of a future full-scale production plant, except perhaps for autogenous milling at the front end to break up the ore. So we have resolution with our joint venture with Rio Tinto. I won't dwell on that. The company members, you can see here, I think we are almost out of time. So I would strongly commend this project to you, a large, long life project with outstanding geology. There are many kimberlites. We have evaluated 2 of the more than 60 kimberlites that exist in this field, and it will result in a mine that will last for generations. Very attractive economics, low risk jurisdiction in Saskatchewan, which is a mining friendly province. It's near existing power and transportation infrastructure. Many of the people that would be employed by our future mine would live at home and commute to the project, and the approval of the EIS by both federal and provincial authorities puts the project in a very good position. I think I'm almost out of time, and I can now hand over to our host and we can do some questions if there are any.
Thanks, George. Thanks, Ken. That was a great presentation. Thanks for walking us through the highlights there. You know, looking at a diamond company, we don't have many few on our platform. I think you guys are really the only ones. It's not a very standardized commodity. I mean, what are some of the typical pushbacks that you guys find, you know, being in this space, and, you know, what do you find are the advantages as well?
Yeah, I think on a high level view, I see the fact that the diamond industry is not well understood. People try and compare it to the price of gold, which of course an ounce of gold is marked at what an ounce of gold is worth. But a 1 carat diamond could be worth very little to many, many thousands of dollars, depending on color, quality, and clarity. So that's a little bit of a difficult one to wrap your head around, but those are the facts of diamond mining. Other than that, the mining is the same. It's very inert, however. I mean, you're not using caustic reagents, so there's the benefit on that side. It's the project is in a mining-friendly province. We mine uranium, coal, iron ore, some copper, gold as well too. So it's a very, very mining-friendly province. Potash, massive amounts of potash. Some of the positives there are the simple fact is diamonds have rapidly recovered since COVID began, and we're seeing an increase in that. There's a lower production rate around the world, and a lot of the mines around the world are getting quite old. You know, Rio Tinto themselves are speaking to looking for the next projects. The positive sides to this are Rio Tinto's involved in this project. I cannot speak for Rio Tinto, but I guarantee you they're not looking for an exploration project. They're looking for a mine to produce diamonds to replace some of the ones that they have recently shut down from Argyle et al. So going forward, it's a very positive thing. We've got the next best thing to carry through to production. We don't have to come up with any funding until after it's announced that the project is going ahead. Then we have a 6-month window to announce the funding that we're going to participate with and how we're going to do that, which is unique. And simply put, any of the exploration costs that are happening now, we do not have to pay back until after the mine is in production. So we're in a fantastic position. We look forward to working with Rio Tinto. And my compliments to the people of Rio Tinto who had this solution come forward. We often stated right at the beginning, a business solution is the best solution. And so did they. So here we are, and we look forward to the future of Star Diamond Corporation and the project in Saskatchewan.
That's great. Yeah, we definitely see a lot of the advantages operating in Saskatchewan. You mentioned that you're fully permitted. Can you highlight, if there's anything else outstanding, whether it's impact benefit agreement or, anything related to First Nation arrangements, anything that you want to highlight as your strengths dealing with the province of Saskatchewan?
Sure. Well, the province is the lead jurisdiction for permitting. The feds gave us the permits many years ago, and it was 2017 or 2018 when we received the final permits from the province. So for mining, it's fully permitted. Now you will have to get permits for construction et al. And working with the First Nations. The First Nations people that I've ever met are very, very excited about this project and look forward to participating in it. So they look to build corporations around these projects like this as well too, and that's fantastic. I mean, the province is truly accepting of this. All of the local communities around there as well too. The infrastructure is there. It just needs to be taken advantage of and move forward. So it's positive on every front.
That's excellent. Well, I don't see any other further questions here, guys. I think with what we've gone over here today, certainly an all-encompassing approach to the story. We do appreciate your time. And why don't we leave it there and break for our next session? Thanks, everybody, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.